Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. Welcome to my channel everybody. So I am currently working on my February 2025 Saturday series of videos. This is video number 3, meaning it will air on the 3rd Saturday of this month, which is going to be the 15th of February, the day after my Aunt Carol's birthday. Yes, her birthday is on Valentine's Day. So I am, though, recording this, at the tail end of January because I am having knee surgery and I'm going to be recovering. So I'm having to get my February videos all done. And Paper Pumpkin arrived and I need to get these videos done if I'm going to have even 1 or 2 videos up. So yeah, I'm feeling a little stressed at this moment, just kind of thinking of it. And I'm supposed to be doing something else, but I'm not. I'm still in my stamp room. But this one, I'm going in. I told my hubby came out. He's like, "What happened to you coming in?" I said, I need just, a half hour more. So here we go. This card started out to be the casual card. It quickly turned into the Avid card just because of all the die cutting. But guys, it's a simple Avid card. There's just a lot of die cutting. So let me show you the stamp set I am focusing on for the month of February. It is the heart-shaped bundle from the Celebration. It's the only one that I purchased. However, I got a beyond generous gift from Lori, who actually okay, I don't want to get emotional, gave me, just me and my Aunt Carol, beautiful gifts, but she also gifted me the beautiful Bloom Impressions paper, which my Aunt Carol and I split. I already split it. So we are going to be using a piece of this paper to go with this card. When I saw it, I thought, my first thought, wait till you see the paper, is I thought, ooh, it has Azure Afternoon in it, and I've never even used my ink pad. Quickly, when I started cutting that piece of paper, let me show it to you. So there is Azure Afternoon in here. But once I started die cutting and I got everything together, this is what I'm saying. When you start to design something, don't be afraid when you look at it and you're like, oh my goodness, something's wrong. Because after Azure Noon did not work, what I had to go do is change the color. I had to go with Blueberry Bushel. Azure Afternoon, with what I'm going to do with this, was too light of a color to ground the card with the other colors I'm bringing in. And I'm looking at this and I'm looking like the paper probably is meant to go like this, and I cut it wrong, but it's not going to matter once you see it. I was looking at it this way. I'm not going to recut it. It's going to work. Trust me, it's just going to work. So we are going this way, even though I can see now that it probably should be this way. I'm not. Actually, I could change it. I could make the hearts go in a line. I can change it. I can change it. Maybe. We'll see. I kind of had my heart set on one direction. So we're going to be using the Bloom Impressions with the heart-shaped bundle, which is here. Now, from the heart-shaped bundle, guys, I'm using the dies. I'm using this die and this die. And when you go to die cut it, if you put them like this, did I already? Oh, I think I have one heart here that I didn't get thrown away from another project. So see, like this, you can get that little flower die cut out of there. And that's what I did for all of these. So let me go over. I don't even need my book because I can just go over it with you. Bringing in a few other things. So let's just show you. So I have a white card base and envelope. These are pre-made. Yes, this just makes my life easier. Okay. So my layer number 1, because there is white in this piece of DSP, I wanted some white in the card design and I wanted quite a bit, so I cut this piece down to 3 3/4 by 5. This piece, and I'm still going with it this way. I'm going to go with my original design. This layer number 2 is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Layer number 3, this is why I called it the Avid, is a piece of vellum, and the vellum is 3.25 by 4.5. And see, once you have that vellum on there, it just diffuses some of the background, and it does need it because we want the hearts to be front and center of this card. So we have die cut 3 hearts. We have Melon Mambo, we have Blackberry Bliss, and we have Petunia Pop. Now these are all colors from the colors in here. You don't need, I mean, you could do this. It's just they get a little muddled with the background. But when you put the vellum in there, it just lets them stand out. So here are the 3 single flowers, one in each of the colors because I die cut them from the center. All right, I have my embellishments here. Yes, it's an Avid card. I've done all the prep work, so you guys don't have to see me die cutting. And then from the Thanks and Beyond, which I didn't get to use the double-sided sheets because this is going to be up on dimensionals. But I've brought back my Thanks and Beyond dies for the Thanks, and I die cut it twice. I die cut it in white, and I die cut it in the Blueberry Bushel, and that is going to go on our card, and that's going to tie in that white border that we left in our Blueberry Bushel and the white that is in the DSP. Now, we are using the thank you for our envelope and our little flowers. Where did they go to? Did I put them? Oh, here they are. For our envelope, we're going to be using those and my Stampin' Pierce mat. Oh, and for the inside, because this is a thank you, I have, this is Good Old Retired. Thank you for all the little things you do and for your big heart. That's my thank you. So let's get started. Let me show you. You could do it, I could do it this way. I could layer them. This way. I'm just taking a look-see because now I'm kind of like second guessing how I had this going. Oh, you know what? This may work this direction. So sometimes mistakes. It's going to work either way. Okay, so we'll go this way this time. Who knows? Who knew? Who knew? Okay, like I said, this shouldn't take long. This should not take long, but I still consider it Avid. Just because it's Avid doesn't mean that it has to take an arm and a leg to get it done. It just means there's a lot of components to the card. All right, shall we stamp first? No, we're going to glue our... So layer number 1 is 3 3/4 by 5. That is normally my layer number 2, but for this card, I wanted that wider part of the card base to show. And I'm going to tell you, I was inspired, this card was inspired by a card in the Celebration catalog. Let me show it to you. It was inspired by this here, the Happy Birthday with the strips of DSP. Now you're like, well, that doesn't look like it. Well, the idea is the paper, right? And the Happy Birthday. But of course, I wanted something from the set I was using, which was thanks. And I'm like, oh, that little thank you. I could have done 3 thank yous and done one in each of the hearts, which you could do. You could stamp in, you know, punch or fussy cut out the thank you and have 3 thank yous in the heart, which would be really, really cute. And I'm tempted, but I had this one already on my desk because I wanted to give it a try out. Remember? So thanks. That's going to work, and it's going to be big and bold, and I think it's going to go really well on it. So this now goes onto our card base. And the trick is where do I get to put the adhesive for the vellum? Because vellum, you guys know vellum is not always a friend. So, ooh, look how nice that wide white border is. Beautiful. I mean, even this right there, look how pretty that is. Boom. Thanks. That's gorgeous in itself. Quite simple, but that's not what we're going for. We are going for this. So I will probably do a glue dot, and glue dot after I get my hearts down. Hearts are going to go first, and I'm hoping this glue will hold the hearts down. Though oh, you know what would have been perfect? Had I had put these hearts on this stuff and then die cut them. But see, I'm not used to having these, but that would have been a great thing. That would have been so smart. Oh, all right. So do I try this glue and see if it holds? This being, or I should really put that, let's just see if I can get this on here. Oh. If that doesn't hold, I do have a glue. Let me grab it. It's just the cap on this glue pen is the worst ever. This works great on vellum. See how that just is not wanting to play nice? This works great on vellum. Except that it's liquidy and getting. See, that does that. Time for the teeth to come into play, hopefully. That's why I can't use it, because I can't get this off. That part comes off and this doesn't. It's just kind of glued there. Hold on. I really would like this to come off. There, I got it. It just was stuck a little bit. So this is that fine tip glue pen. This stuff does work very nicely with, that's what was getting it stuck. With the vellum. Except that it's running. Oh. Sometimes you do have to put something on it to hold it. So let's see. Usually I put a punch down. It's another reason why I don't usually use it on camera. It takes a minute or two. Do not just think that you can sit here and leave this like unattended for too long without this little cap in there. It will clog up and it's almost a lost cause. So let's see if this is going to work for me. I just didn't want to take all day sitting here gluing this down. It does work. It just sometimes needs time. I think my other glue is working better. As far as I just don't have time to sit here. And then you got to get that little tiny bit in there. But I can leave it on the desk. It's just getting it to stick in the time allotted. I just don't have all day. This being a PVA glue tends to sometimes work. And I just need it to hold it down for a little bit while everything else gets in place. Okay, so now we're gonna do By the way, my husband and I tell you guys, we are back to watching the X-Files at night. And I remember why I didn't like watching the X-Files at night, because the music wakes me up out of a dead sleep and then I can't go back to sleep. I mean, I can fall asleep to it. It's just the music when the episode ends, and sometimes it just wakes me up out of a dead sleep, and I should have moved that heart up, but it's going to be fine. So there we go. So now that we have this in place, we can now work with this with some glue dots, because I'll be happier. Oh, let's put these in place. So we have pink here, this here. This is going to go across the middle. See, it's going to work. That one's going to go right here. This one's going to go over here. Oh, so cute. So darling. Oh, wrong tray. I need glue dots. We need mini dimensionals, or these little strippy ones, and these. So I don't think those need to go on dimensionals, but we need to get them in place so I can flip this thing over and see where everything goes. Glue dot. And another one, because that one was like curled in on itself, and that just isn't enough of a glue dot to help me. I want it to actually stay on the card once I put it on there. There's one. Thanks is going to go here. That's going up on dimensionals. This one is going to go right here. And this one, thanks is going to go there. This one can go right here. And that's going to go across the center. So on the back now, oh, where is it? See, there's one. You can put another one there. You can put quite a few on the back of these little flowers to really help secure it, as long as I can find where the flowers are. There. And we can put some there. I know you guys probably think I'm using way too many, but I really don't want anything on here going anywhere. All right, now let's pick all of these off. Maybe. And I haven't swept the floor yet, so they can all go. Before I go to surgery, I will come in the day before and I will clean up my entire stamp room. I will clean my house like a crazy person that I am when I go. You know, you go on vacation, or if I do, I know my husband thinks I'm crazy because I clean house like a crazy person the couple of days before if I have a procedure, anything, I've always been like that. I mean, I drove him mad when I was pregnant and getting ready to have the baby because I cleaned insane. Tell you another little story. One of my, this is really going to get you guys, one of my favorite things to do when my husband was out to sea, late at night, the kids are asleep, because I was used to my husband and I, having nice quality time together. What did I do when my husband was out to sea and my little kids, because when they were young, what did I do? You ready for this? I would clean my kitchen floor with old toothbrushes, and I would start in one, and I literally would spend hours late into the evening scrubbing the kitchen floor with a toothbrush. I would scrub around the seals of the refrigerator, and you would think that whoever would do this. Well, let me tell you, one of the things you do in the military if you are a newbie, you have to serve kitchen duty when you first arrive and you're a newbie in the military. It's called cranking. You work for the kitchen, and I worked in the chief's mess. I worked in the officer's mess. And one of the things they teach you to do is you clean all the little grooves in and around the refrigerators, anything that has a seal. I got very, very good at cleaning things with toothbrushes and little brushes, and I was really good at it. So yes, I kept that up into my own house. So now we're going to put this on there. So do I use this? Yes. So yes, that my husband thought I would write to him, what did I do tonight? Well, I was back at it at the kitchen floor with the toothbrush. And I know it made him laugh because he would tell me, he's like, I tell people, my wife does one of two things. She paints, because he would always say, don't paint when he went to sea. Paint was cheap back then. I could buy a gallon of paint and I could paint the entire house. The kids' bedrooms or whatever, and it would keep me going for the 3-month deployment, right? A gallon or two, I could paint and paint and paint till my heart's content. And he'd come home and the walls would be a different color. One time he came home, the bedroom was purple, my favorite color. Kids' rooms, yeah, they were all different colors at one time or another. So cheap thrills, but cleaning, yes, he's like, guys would say, what do you, they'd be sitting around talking about subs. He's like, what do you think your wife's doing at this time? And my husband would tell them, I know what my wife's doing. If it's the children are asleep, my wife's in the kitchen on the floor with an old toothbrush. And I'd be like, is she crazy? And he's like, hey, she was in the military. And, our kids being little and crawling around on the floor, I was convinced that it was never clean enough. But guys, kids get into everything. They will lick the dirtiest things. And oh my gosh. Now I look back at it and I can tell myself, you know what I was doing? I was keeping my mind and my hands occupied. But I can laugh about it. But yes, the crazy days of You know, it didn't hurt me any. I sat, you know, listening to some music, some Michael Bolton, you know, sitting there scrubbing the kitchen floor or painting the walls, one of the two. That's what basically I was doing. So now, since that came up, look at that. These are little gems. And I think the blue just makes it all go together. We still have to stamp the inside. And I know we haven't done much stamping, but oh, did I do a lot of die cutting. A lot of die cutting on this card. And look at that. And it looks like thanks is a little, well, it's okay. But isn't that darling? And it can go either way. So now we have to stamp and see if my sentiment will work and will fit on the inside. And I think it will, yes. So I wanted something big for the inside. This is one of the few large sentiment sayings I have. And I don't need like every single set that comes out. You have a really good set that you are happy with. Keep it. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Oh, so that came out gorgeous, but we're not done. We are gonna stamp our little flowers here. And I think we will just stamp them here. We can even stamp them, oops, I didn't get that inked up all the way, up here, right? Gorgeous little card so far. Oh, so pretty. So I'm not stamping this with the heart and everything like I normally would. Why? Why would I not stamp it? Because I have this, right? So I have to release it. Hold on. I don't want to ink me up in the process, which I just did. Give me a second. All right. So this is now my back of the envelope stamp. Look. Yes. Let me set that back in its thing. Hold on. So that goes there. Oh, so perfect. So down here we have the wee little thank you. And this one here we're going to stamp off. And we're going to stamp it like this. And then that leaves us the thank you from the stamp set in the dark blueberry bushel. Oh, that's it. So that's our envelope. Let me get everything out of the way. And this is our card. And that's my Avid card. Now, I already hear Hank in there running through the house. I do have to go inside. And face the music, right? Face the music, and I'll come out tomorrow and work some more because I'm really close. But each day is another day closer to me going down. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you all again here in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everybody.